Hey everybody, Trevor Lane here, senior writer for LakersNation.com, your home for everything Lakers. Toss me a follow on Twitter at Trevor_Lane. Today we're talking about LeBron James and, well, what else is new? He's taking flack yet again. He can't even go to his son's AAU game these days without having people criticize him. Now he's catching heat from Pelicans exec David Griffin, who used to be LeBron James' GM back when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Before we dive into everything, first, quick shout out to our sponsor, Uptime Energy Drinks. How energy should feel. Head over to Amazon.com. You can buy a whole case. You can also find them at GNC and 7-Eleven. Uptime Energy is how energy should feel, and basically powered me through what was a crazy NBA offseason. So make sure you guys pick up some Uptime Energy Drinks. So this whole situation now comes from an article from Sports Illustrated, and I'm going to dig into some of the quotes here so we can really break down what David Griffin is really saying. It's a little bit shocking, not going to lie. Surprising to see a team executive talking the way that he is about another team's player. Usually you don't see execs really going after somebody else's player like this, but here's what he had to say about LeBron James. He said, when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers running the Cavs, Griffin talked all about how stressful that was and how much of a struggle it was for him. He said in this article, everything we did was so inorganic and unsustainable and frankly not fun. I was miserable. Literally, the moment we won a championship, I knew I was going to leave. There was no way I was going to stay for any amount of money. So David Griffin, the moment they win a championship, the Cleveland Cavaliers finally bring a title to Cleveland. People are going crazy. They come back from a 3-1 deficit against the Golden State Warriors of all teams, possibly the greatest team ever assembled, at least in terms of talent. They pull that off, and David Griffin's first reaction is to say, I'm out of here. I mean, look, it speaks to the stress of the situation, delivering a winner around LeBron James. And look, he talked all about how LeBron being on these one-year contracts was an issue, and that's true. Look, LeBron James was doing 1+1 deals in Cleveland, so he would have an out every single summer if things didn't go according to plan, which means that David Griffin kind of had to bend to LeBron's whim and had to try to build a winner every single season, had to try to put pieces around him. Future be damned, do whatever he could do in order to win LeBron James a championship. Now, look, LeBron didn't set things up that way with the Lakers. He signed a 3-year deal with a 4th year as a player option. He gave them all of that time to build something around him. But with the Cavs, he didn't do that, and it created a stressful environment for Griffin. Okay, that's fine, in and of itself. Look, I get why that would be stressful. I get why constantly having that sword hanging over your head of, well, LeBron may leave, that would be a tough situation for someone running a team to be in. So I kind of give Griffin a pass on that part. But then he goes a little bit further, and this is where it's going to start to hit a raw nerve. He said, the reason is LeBron is getting all the credit and none of the blame, and that's not fun for people. They don't like being part of that world. Okay, so David Griffin is saying that people don't like being part of Team LeBron, don't like being on a team with LeBron James. And look, we've heard those criticisms in the past, and given what just happened with Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers, instead of teaming up with LeBron James, that's got to be a little bit of a sensitive topic, right? We saw Kevin Durant not long ago mention that the situation around LeBron is toxic. He threw that word out there. That's not a good thing. You've got now Griffin saying a similar thing, saying that people don't want to be part of this environment. Now, according to ESPN mentions that a source familiar with Griffin's thinking said that the Pelicans exec's intention was to refer to the media machine surrounding James and simply acknowledge a byproduct of his immense celebrity rather than blame James. So they're saying that look, Griffin wasn't really blaming LeBron here. He was blaming the media environment around him, and that LeBron can do no wrong. Well, clearly that's not the case based on all the backlash he got for celebrating his son's dunk in an AAU game. But he's basically saying that everyone else is going to take the blame instead of LeBron James. And look, we saw that a little bit this last season with the Lakers, but LeBron took a lot of flack too. LeBron took heat for not playing defense. Who can forget Kyle Kuzma pushing LeBron to make him go out and cover a man and close out on a shooter? LeBron took plenty of flack for that. I get it with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You had Kevin Love taking a lot of the blame with the Miami Heat, and you had Chris Bosh around. LeBron still does take some blame. And the implication here that people don't want to be part of this world around LeBron is certainly interesting coming from an executive of now another team, a competitor of the Lakers is taking a shot at LeBron and saying that's not something that people want to be a part of. Well, this Lakers team has obviously landed Anthony Davis, who wanted to go there. Maybe David Griffin wasn't too happy that he had to eventually trade him, but still, it's interesting coming from the executive of another team saying these negative things about LeBron James, and could be damaging the Lakers' position, right? If he's putting this out there in the world that, hey, people don't want to be around this LeBron James environment, does that hurt the Lakers recruiting at all moving forward? Now, look, probably not. I'll admit that's a little bit of a reach, but still, you usually don't see executives saying things like this, saying negative things about another team's player. Yet, here we are. Griffin goes on, and he questions LeBron's ability to win, to get fired up, to really be locked in. This is what he says. After he won the championship in Cleveland, Griffin says, there wasn't a lot else for him. I don't think he's the same animal anymore about winning. Many in the NBA now suggest, and this is not Griffin talking here at this part, this is the SI article. Many in the NBA now suggest James harbors two priorities: enduring to team with his eldest son, Bronny, and one day owning a franchise. We heard those criticisms. Again, these are things that are going to touch a raw nerve with Lakers fans. Because what did Lakers fans hear the second LeBron signed in Los Angeles? Oh, he's not about winning. Clearly, he's not going to come to the Lakers and try to win. Instead, he must have been coming to the Lakers for other things. He's coming for Hollywood. He's coming for the business connections. He's coming because his family likes the weather. Everything else. He doesn't want to actually be a Laker. He just wants to be in Southern California. The Lakers, there's no way he'd want to go team up with them because, look, they're not going to win any championships. LeBron is basically calling it quits on his career. He's retiring, all of these things, right? He's not going to take basketball seriously anymore because he's going to the Lakers and the Lakers can't win. He's kind of echoing this here, right? If this is the implication that LeBron isn't the same animal anymore, he doesn't care as much about winning because, look, he won a championship with the Cavs. That was all he wanted to do. Now his priority is elsewhere. Again, that's taking a shot at LeBron. That's taking a shot at the Lakers. And for Lakers fans, this isn't the kind of thing that you really want to hear being said about your star, the guy that is supposed to be leading your team to the next championship. So David Griffin throwing this out here is going to touch, like I said, a bit of a raw nerve. Look, are LeBron's two priorities really about just sticking around long enough to team up and play on the same floor as his son? Are they really just about owning a franchise, which means growing his business empire to the point where he's got the kind of money to purchase a franchise? Are those really his two priorities? You're telling me LeBron James no longer cares about winning basketball? That's where we're going with this? Look, in and of itself, that's a disturbing comment, right? But there's a flip side to this. And when you really sit back and think about it, for the Lakers, this comment right here is golden. In fact, I hope that LeBron not only sees this, but I hope LeBron needs to look at this every day. Because if something's going to piss off LeBron James, it's going to be comments like this. If something is going to fire him up, if something is going to motivate him, it's going to be this, saying that he doesn't care about winning basketball anymore, that he's a different animal now. He's not the same guy. He's not as driven to win anymore. Yeah, look, please, David Griffin, keep saying things like this. I hope other teams around the league say it too, because the Lakers are going to want to see a fired up and motivated LeBron James. So look, Lakers fans, as frustrating as it is to hear that comment, understand that this may be actually the best thing for the Lakers, that particular piece of this. Him saying that LeBron is a different animal now. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the way of that animal after he reads that comment. LeBron's going to have something a little bit extra for the New Orleans Pelicans now after Griffin made that comment here. Look, in fact, the ESPN piece said, sources close to James told ESPN on Thursday they were shocked at Griffin's characterization of the superstar. Yeah, I should say so. Griffin's always had a good relationship with LeBron James, so it's certainly surprising to see him saying all these negative things about him like this, even if his excuse is, oh, I meant about the media market around LeBron, not LeBron himself. Come on. look, execs like David Griffin, they know what they're saying. They know what the implication of their words are going to be. He's been in front of a camera, in front of a mic way too many times to not understand the power of what he's saying and the way things are going to be taken. And again, this last comment, there's no real way to get around it. Saying that LeBron's a different animal, saying that is a different animal about winning. Yeah, look, that is whiteboard material. Again, thank you, David Griffin, for saying that one, because I think we're going to see a fired up LeBron James now. In fact, Kyle Kuzma via ESPN said, this offseason, you see just people slandering his name and saying this about him, saying that. He's talking about LeBron James. But, he's been super motivated this offseason working between shooting movies. He's in the gym. He's in the gym early, night, whatever. So just being locked in, that's the biggest thing, being ready for it all. Look, we know that LeBron is filming Space Jam. We know that's happening. But Kuzma's saying that, look, every chance he gets, LeBron is on the floor, and he's still super motivated, and he's still locked in, and he's ready to go. So that in and of itself is exciting. Then LeBron himself hops on Twitter, and here's what he says. All right, enough is enough. The throne has been played with too much, and I ain't for horseplay. Ether coming soon. And then he throws a bunch of flame emojis and a crown after it. Hashtag James Gang. So look, clearly, he doesn't say him by name, but it sure seems like LeBron is responding to Griffin's comments, and he's saying, look, enough is enough, because, hey, we've been hearing it. We've been hearing LeBron isn't the top player in the NBA anymore. Now it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's James Harden. It's whoever else you want to throw into that mix there. Right? All these guys, Kawhi Leonard, these guys are the best players in the NBA. LeBron is somewhere else down the list. He doesn't have it anymore. I love that LeBron is hearing these things, because I can't wait to see what version of LeBron James we get coming into next season. Because again, like I said, if anything's going to motivate him, if anything's going to push LeBron James to get back to that next level play that we've seen from him, this kind of stuff is going to be it. People challenging him like this is going to do it. So again, on one hand, frustrating to see these comments from David Griffin. Perhaps a little unsettling to see another team's executive speaking about a Lakers player in this negative way. But at the same time, gosh, you got to hope it still happens. You got to hope that the more comments like these are coming, because my goodness, we are going to see one fired up LeBron James, and that's a very, very scary thing for a lot of teams in the NBA next season. All right, guys, for more on this story and everything else going on in the world of the Los Angeles Lakers, head over to LakersNation.com, your home for everything Lakers. Don't forget to follow us on social media at LakersNation Official on Instagram, at LakersNation on Twitter and Facebook. And, of course, make sure you go subscribe to the Lakers Nation YouTube channel, where you can find all kinds of great Lakers videos. Till next time, my name's Trevor Lane. See ya.